know what you're talking about?
I think so. Are we rolling on both?
You're rolling on both.
Hello everybody, welcome back to episode 48 out of 52. Today is gonna be something a little bit different for you guys. It's gonna be more of a tutorial, and we're gonna be showing you guys how to fly your drone like Sam Kolder. Now, you guys have probably seen on our Instagram that we've flown our drone through a car window or like tree branches or a forest or something like that. We're gonna be showing you guys exactly how we do that. Yesterday, we went out into the field with our friend Aiden Feds to record a couple of drone shots, and we thought we'd bring you guys along to see the behind the scenes. Okay, so we just arrived. We are at a secret location where we're gonna be flying our drone. It's a nice forested area. It has some pretty insane cliffs and drop-offs so we can get that nice vista setting. We also brought a special guest with us. His name is Aiden Feds.
Hey guys.
He's kind of our location expert for today. Go check out his Instagram. He's got amazing stuff. A quick disclaimer before we begin, we're not responsible for anything that happens to your drone. These tips will definitely help you get some precision flying shots, but they're not gonna make you invincible to things like trees or water, so just be careful. The first tip I've got for you guys is to find a line of sight. Now what I mean by line of sight is when you're flying through an obstacle, make sure you guys can actually see, say, blue sky or the opening on the other side. Now, this method isn't gonna work if you guys plan on, say, flying through something and then turning and flying through another thing, because you have to be able to actually see right through the obstacle you're flying through.
Like, this would be pretty sick.
You gotta yell.
This would be very sick.
Non-sarcastically.
This would be so sick.
There?
Right there. Just right down. When you're doing precision flying shots, preparation is key, which means that we kind of thought it might be cool that we're going through trees, but you gotta make it even more interesting. So we got this guy. It's a tent. So we are gonna basically set this tent up here, and then we're gonna have Mitchell fly the drone through the tent as well. This is an advanced technique for when you're precision flying. Ideally, you'd wanna start something easy with just maybe a tree that's like, I don't know, just get more comfortable with it. The more confident you are, the better.
So Steven thought there was a hole at either end of the tent, but upon setting it up, he realized there's no hole at the rear of the tent. So there's one hole in and one hole out, which is the same hole in. That ruins the plan of the tent. Okay, so change of plans. We can't have the tent anymore, but we're going to do the water pour. So we're gonna have someone pouring the water into a cup as I fly through the stream of water.
What's the issue, Mitch?
I'm not high enough. I need just to get a little higher so I can see where the...
A little higher.
A little higher so I can see where the drone's gonna go.
Oh, shoot.
So I'm positioned perfectly on this rock here, so I have a nice direct line of sight to where I'm gonna be flying the drone and where the water is gonna be pouring down. Step number one to flying your drone like Sam Kolder, the biggest step of them all. This is how you do it. Pretty much the bread and butter of it is to set it up so that you can see, there's the hole you're gonna fly through. You have to be able to see a direct line of sight right through, just so you can fly the drone and see where the drone is in real time. Because if you look at the screen and you think you're gonna fly it through by looking at the screen, that's never gonna work. You're gonna be too far to one side, or you're like, it just doesn't work. There's too much lag when it comes to flying it by the screen. So the step number one is to see your line of sight, your LOS as we call it. A lot of people fly their drone purely looking at the screen. Now with this method, that won't work because there's too much of a lag between what the drone is actually doing and what the screen is showing. So that coffee pot right down there, that is where I'm gonna be flying the drone. That's kind of my line of sight, what I'm gonna be looking at. One of the most important tips I've got for you guys is to turn all of the obstacle avoidance sensors off. So you have to go into the settings, you have to turn them all off because this method will not work otherwise, because the drone is gonna sense that you're coming up to an obstacle and it will stop, it'll try and reverse, it just won't work.
3, 2, 1.
Now, if you're too scared to do this with your own drone, then you're just not ready, because you have to have the confidence in your flying ability to pull this off. If you're too scared and you try back out halfway through, you're gonna end up crashing your drone more than if you just full on commit. Now let's face it, there's a 99.9% chance that you're actually gonna crash your drone and break a couple propellers, but for us, the risk is worth the reward to get a shot that no one else has got. Another thing to note is to go full speed. So I found that if you try and go half speed and speed it up in post, first off, it doesn't look very good, and also you're trying to concentrate too much on the drone speed rather than just position. So another really useful tip is if you want to fly your drone in reverse, so you want the camera to be pointing at you as you fly away, what we found out works the best is if you actually go into your settings in the DJI app and what you do is you reverse the controls so that forward is backwards and backwards is forwards. So you basically orient the drone so the camera's facing at you, but you fly it as if the camera's facing away. So then it allows you to basically fly it normally and not have to worry about switching the controls around in your mind and saying left is right and right is left. Left is still left and right is still right. So it works out perfectly. You just kind of just look where it's going, and because you're not looking through the screen of where you're gonna be flying, it doesn't really matter because you can just see where the drone is gonna be and fly it normally. Oh, that's perfect!
There we go. There we go. Nice.
So sick.
It took a few tries, but in the end it turned out pretty cool. We're now gonna go to another spot Aiden knows, and he said it's something about jumping over a gap or something. So we'll try that out. We're hoping the light gets better. It's just coming up to golden hour, so hopefully it gets nice and goldeny and nice sunset rays, but we'll have to see. What's your thoughts, Mitch?
Holy cow, that is so far. Wait, can we? Oh, no, It's like we could fly like underneath that.
That's what I was
rock.
thinking, but it's not as wide as I thought.
Okay, so even though that would be the sickest drone shot ever, it is a little bit too narrow and way too sketchy to retrieve the drone if we crash it. So that's a no-go, but we're gonna try and hike around and hopefully catch some nice rays.
We found a cave, so I'm gonna go inside and check it out and see what it's like. Here.
How is it, Steve?
Oh my God, it's wet. Down into the depths I go. Where I stop, nobody knows.
Oh, this one's pretty good too.
Where?
Yeah. But that one's pretty.
Where are we
Between
looking?
those branches right there.
Oh, out there.
Okay, so we're gonna give you guys another example of the kind of shots you can get. For instance, there's a tree there. There's like 2 branches sticking out like that. We're gonna fly through the branches. It's pretty tight, so I think it'll look pretty good. We found that what makes a really good precise flying shot is if you fly through a tight gap that opens up to a wide vista. This gives depth to the video and also gives scale to what you just flew through. Another good tip is to walk your line just to make sure there's no hazards that you might run into.
So what are we seeing here, Mitch?
We are seeing a lot of trees. I think it'll be fine. I can see all the terrain, so we're gonna be good. Even if I crash it, it's gonna be pretty easy to retrieve. So the drone that we use for all of our precision flying is the Mavic Air. Now, you can use the Mavic Pro or something similar to that, but we've never tried it. I wouldn't recommend it because it is a little wider and it can be harder to get through those tighter spots. So that right there is the line of sight we're gonna be flying. It's pretty tight, but I think it'll work. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Oh my, I did it. Oh my God. I did it. Holy cow.
How did you even get that?
I don't know.
Wow.
Oh my God.
What? You literally clipped a branch.
Oh my, that hurts my brain. That was sick.
That pulled off so good.
That's
Oh
sick.
my God. So the last thing I've got for you guys is to practice, practice, practice. You're not gonna be able to do this overnight. With a little bit of time and effort, you're gonna be able to get some nice, creamy, precision flying shots. Anyways, I think that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys go down and subscribe, leave a like, follow us on Instagram at TMSProductions_. Also go follow Aiden on Instagram. He's a great photographer, great video creator, does it all. And as always, we'll see you guys next Monday.
Currently in the cave now. This thing is deep. This thing is so deep. It keeps going, I can't see the end.